Sometimes, life has a mysterious way of guiding us toward the people we're meant to connect with, even when it feels like everything is working against us. It's almost as if the universe itself is sending subtle signals, whispering that this bond is destined. Carl Jung believed deeply in the idea of destiny and synchronicity, the meaningful coincidences that feel too precise to be random. When two souls are meant to be intertwined, the universe doesn't just sit idly by. It sets the stage and drops clues for us to notice, if we're willing to pay attention. Imagine you keep running into someone in the most unexpected places you wouldn't think you'd meet again. Yet there they are, crossing your path like a thread woven through your story. It's not just chance, it's a sign. The universe has a way of orchestrating these moments, making sure you don't miss the chance to recognize a deeper connection. Think about those times when you feel a sudden, inexplicable pull toward a person, a magnetic force that can't be logically explained. That, in itself, is a sign the universe is nudging you closer to your destined connection. And sometimes, when you're not even actively searching, that person enters your life out of nowhere, and it feels like a puzzle piece snapping into place. The timing seems almost perfect, as if the stars have aligned specifically for this encounter. It's during these moments that it's crucial to pause and reflect. Could this be the universe giving you a green light? Are you open enough to receive it? Sometimes the best way to honor these signs is simply to be present, to listen to your intuition, and to trust that the unfolding story is exactly how it's supposed to be. There's also the feeling of uncanny familiarity, like you've known this person in another lifetime or dimension. Jung called this the phenomenon of archetypes and the collective unconscious, suggesting that certain connections resonate so deeply because they tap into shared, universal patterns within us all. When you meet someone who seems to mirror parts of your soul or awaken something dormant within you, it's a powerful indicator that the universe is weaving a shared destiny. These connections feel magnetic, like they bypass superficial layers and speak directly to your core. At this point, it's worth considering how often we overlook these signs because we're too caught up in logic or fear. We might rationalize away that recurring coincidence or dismiss that deep gut feeling. But what if the universe's signals are right there, waiting for us to step into that flow? That's why it's so important to be mindful, to cultivate awareness of the subtle ways the universe communicates. Are you paying attention to the patterns in your life? Are you noticing the people who show up with meaningful timing? The beauty of destiny, as Jung might say, isn't about surrendering all control but about recognizing that certain things are meant to unfold in their own time, guided by forces beyond our immediate understanding. It's a dance between free will and fate, where your choices matter, but the universe lays out opportunities in the form of signs. One such sign is synchronicity, those moments when coincidences stack up in a way that feels profound rather than accidental. When you start to notice synchronicities involving a particular person, it might be a cosmic way of saying, "Pay attention, this connection is important." Then there's the emotional resonance, when being around someone feels like a homecoming. It's hard to put into words, but it's that sense of comfort and deep knowing, as if your energies align naturally. The universe often nudges us toward these feelings because they're signals that we're on the right path. Think of it as a subtle encouragement to open your heart and explore where this connection could lead. It's also fascinating how sometimes the universe uses challenges as signs. Maybe you face obstacles or doubts about the relationship, but those very challenges bring growth and clarity. Jung believed that personal transformation often comes through confronting inner conflicts, and the people destined for us can be catalysts in that process. When the universe wants two souls to meet, it doesn't always mean the path is easy. Sometimes it's about the journey, the lessons, and the evolution that happens along the way. You might also notice that when destiny is at play, the relationship feels fated to teach you something essential about yourself or life. Perhaps it's about learning patience, forgiveness, or trust. These lessons aren't random. They're part of the universe's grand design to help you grow through connection. So, when you find yourself in a relationship that challenges and uplifts you simultaneously, that could very well be a sign you're meant to be together. Now, as you reflect on all these subtle and not so subtle signs, Consider how many times you've brushed off what your intuition was telling you or ignored the little nudges from the universe. Sometimes, just taking a moment to slow down, to breathe, and to really observe what's unfolding around you can reveal patterns you hadn't seen before. Have you noticed a string of meaningful coincidences? Have you felt a magnetic pull to someone that you couldn't explain away? These are exactly the moments when subscribing to a mindset of curiosity rather than skepticism can open new doors. I want to pause here and invite you to join the conversation. If you've ever experienced a moment where the universe seemed to guide you to share your story in the comments. It's incredible how much we learn from each other's experiences, and your perspective could inspire someone else to recognize their own signs. Also, if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more insights into the mysteries of human connection, destiny, and how the universe communicates with us in everyday life. It's a space where we explore these ideas in a way that feels real and relatable. Returning to the thread of these 4 signs the universe sends when destiny is at work, one major indicator is repeated synchronicity with that person. Not just running into them once, but experiencing multiple moments that feel orchestrated beyond chance. It might be bumping into them at the grocery store, getting a text just when you need it, or noticing symbols and numbers that relate to your connection popping up around you. Jung would say this is a clear message from the collective unconscious telling you that your paths are intertwined. A second sign is emotional intensity. This doesn't always mean romantic fireworks, but a deep, compelling emotional resonance that feels out of the ordinary. It's like the energy between you crackles with significance. The universe often uses this intensity to capture your attention because ordinary feelings wouldn't prompt you to stop and reflect. When emotions run deep and feel meaningful, it's worth asking yourself why this connection matters so much. Thirdly, a profound sense of growth and transformation marks a destined connection. When you meet someone who pushes you toward becoming a better version of yourself, even if it's uncomfortable or challenging, that's a strong cosmic sign. Jung emphasized the importance of individuation, the process of becoming whole, and often, people meant for us are integral to that journey. They reflect parts of ourselves back to us and help us integrate shadows we didn't even know we had. Finally, the feeling of timelessness. When you're with that person, hours can feel like minutes. Conversations flow effortlessly, and there's an unspoken understanding that transcends ordinary communication. It's like stepping into a space where the usual rules don't apply, and you're both simply present. This timeless quality is a subtle but powerful indicator that the universe is orchestrating your connection. All these signs aren't guarantees or rules but invitations to open your eyes, your heart, and your mind to possibilities that might otherwise be overlooked. They ask you to trust something bigger than yourself, to believe that some encounters are more than chance. But beyond recognizing these signs, the real magic happens when you allow yourself to be vulnerable and present with the people who come into your life in meaningful ways. So, as you continue on your path, keep an eye out for those moments where the universe nudges you gently but persistently. Reflect on whether you've experienced synchronicities, emotional depth, transformation, or timeless connection. And remember, this is about your story, your unique journey. No 2 destinies look the same, but the universe speaks in patterns that, once learned to interpret, can guide you toward richer relationships. Before we move forward, if this resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe and become part of a community curious about the mysteries of fate and connection. Your insights and stories add so much value here, so please leave a comment sharing what signs you've noticed in your life or how you've recognized when someone was meant for you. It's through this exchange that we all grow and deepen our understanding. As we keep peeling back the layers, it's important to realize that destiny and the universe aren't about rigid scripts but fluid conversations. They call on us to be attentive to subtle cues, like a gentle breeze or a quiet whisper, rather than loud declarations. These 4 signs, when noticed, can feel like the universe tipping its hand, inviting us into a dance of discovery and connection. The interplay of fate and free will is delicate. You have the power to say yes or no, to move closer or step away. But the signs are there to help you make more informed choices. They encourage you to move beyond fear and uncertainty toward trust and openness. Sometimes that means letting go of control and surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that the universe has your back. Imagine the richness that unfolds when you embrace this mindset, when every meaningful encounter becomes a potential chapter in your unfolding story, and every synchronicity a clue to your destiny. It turns life into an ongoing adventure where connection is the treasure. Jung's ideas remind us that beneath the surface of everyday experience lies a web of meaning, waiting for us to discover. Ultimately, the universe communicates through these signs not to dictate your path, but to illuminate it, giving you the tools to navigate relationships with greater awareness and heart. The more you attune yourself to these messages, the more you'll find that what once seemed random begins to make sense, revealing a tapestry woven with purpose and care. And so, the invitation remains to observe, to feel, and to trust the signs that come your way. The universe speaks softly but persistently, guiding those who listen toward connections that nourish and transform. As you pay attention, you might realize that destiny isn't a distant concept but a living, breathing force that unfolds in the everyday moments between you and those who matter most.